Welcome back, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show reviews. And today, Lottie and I are going to be reviewing Vox Machina, Season 2, Episodes 4, 5, and 6. They're entitled Those Who Walk Away, Pass Through Fire, and Enter Rhyme Cleft. All this is coming to you from Amazon Prime Video. So, what do we think about it? And should you be watching? And before we get into the video, get down there, hit the like button on this video. Well, Lottie, Vox Machina moving right along. I kind of love this, dropping 3 episodes at a time deal that they got going on. 'Cause
Oh yeah,
you get a good solid hour of D&D action and adventure, and they're doing a lot in these episodes. So we got those who walked away is kind of following up on the cliffhanger of the previous episode of episode 3, in which Vax was seemingly killed, and Vex was just like, Vex was killed, and Vax was like, what? And what are we gonna do? And you're thinking, oh man, that's it. But in this episode, he fights for the life of his sister, and in so doing, sort of takes a level in badass, and does a little Naruto, if I do say
yeah.
so.
Oh yeah.
So that's the third episode. Fourth episode. Lottie, so we'll just go episode by episode because so much is happening in these. I don't even want to try to cover them all at the same time. So fourth
It's
episode. What'd you think?
oh yeah. Oh, this semi pick up the phone moment. Semi pick up the phone moment. But I did call she was not going to stay dead because I felt like there was something going on with the goddess of death, I guess. She wanted to take the soul, and he was like, "Hey, take me." And she was like, "Not only he said, nah, I think I want you to be my bearer." And like this episode was, yeah, I really enjoyed this episode.
This is
I want to
yeah.
say,
I was gonna say it is very anime, if I must
oh
say
yeah,
so. It's such an anime episode. Yeah, well, especially with like the whole thing with the you be my champion, but then him having to fight the previous champion and just
okay.
destroying himself.
I want to call something on that. And I was listening to someone talk about that. I believe that was DM fudging. That the guy in the game that they were playing, he was getting his butt whipped so much that he was just like, and he stabs you and you got the suit. There you go. Get back into the fight because they need you. Like I think that's what was happening. Because what was the symbolism of letting him stab you and you get the powers? You know what I mean?
It's he was just supposed to accept instead of fighting against it. He was just supposed to accept it. So that a lot of that fighting stuff was just maybe he was proven to the to the goddess that he could actually wield the power.
Hmm.
But I really like this episode. It was it's all action. So I could in this if you've ever played D&D, if you've never played D&D, you won't understand this. But if you have played D&D before, this whole episode was an encounter. Was a not just an encounter. It was a big set piece encounter that had a lot of pieces to it and probably played out over multiple sessions. Because it's
By the
just
way,
that
what do
big.
you think that thing was? What do you think that thing
It
was?
was
Do you think it was a?
well, I'm not sure exactly. I mean, it could have been. It was an outsider.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, it was definitely something from like the chaos realm or
Yeah, it
something.
was. I would say because she is an Ifrit, or I think that's what she was. The woman that summoned it. I think
No, I
it's
think she's a tiefling.
not a tiefling. Sorry, since she's a
Yeah.
tiefling, I would say yes, probably a chaotic outsider. Which again, if you've never played D&D, you don't know what that is. Just say
And
a being from another dimension, basically.
and there was a lot of fortitude saves being filled in this episode. I'm like, God dang, everybody's filling their fortitude
Yep.
save.
It was. I could. You're right. There's probably some DM fudging in this in order to tell a better story, and
Yeah.
I don't mind. And also, I'm pretty sure that this is different in some ways from the original. But I thought it was really great. Again, Vax gets this vestige. As I say, takes a level in badass, and proceeds to Naruto that shit. He may as well have had his arms back while he was running forward. You know,
Yeah.
he could have been doing the anime run. As far but and it was awesome and you know stabbed the thing in the eye and really awesome. And it was nice of them to forgive those two idiots for for letting loose that thing on
Yeah.
everyone.
Dumbasses.
And of course, because he's of course not it's not going to be that easy. You don't just get something like that and it's free. So we're yet to see what that means to be the champion of the lady, the goddess of death. Really awesome. I like that episode. The next one, episode 5, is Pass Through the Fire, or Pass Through Fire. And essentially, after the aftermath of that, they get away from the temple and everything, and they're kind of going their own way. And then they realize, oh, there's a volcano's erupting, and it's nearby this city that Keyleth, one of the places she would go if she are on her Aramente, if she was on it. And it looks like there's and I love there's a little bit of tomfoolery between Vex and Scanlan about that Harry Potter broom. And did you see that the Nimbus 2000 basically that they got. But and it's a bit of a Chekhov's gun, it's going to matter later on. But it was fun having them sit there and kind of bicker about it. But then they head off to this city and the city of Pyra, and there's a rift there that's to the fire plane. So I love the fact that we see outsiders in the previous episode. Now we see the fire plane, and kind of like beings from the fire plane coming and terrorizing and destroying a city. And then we get to see Keyleth's dad, and we see kind of some of her backstory about who she is. What is she? Is she a druid? I want to say,
Yeah.
and so and her ways as a druid and her clan and everything. So Lottie, what'd you think about this one?
I actually want to call Keyleth a different name. I want to call her Keyleth, the last Avatar.
The last Airbender.
The last air, because this episode is straight up Avatar. This was a straight up Avatar.
Oh my god,
episode.
yes.
and
like, you know what? And I ain't mad at that. I enjoyed it.
I enjoy that because I'm like, it's just now I'm like, okay, I know what. Now I'm like, oh, her Araminte is a letter each element. Avatar.
Yeah.
Like Avatar. I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely Avatar. But it's cool though. I really like the episode. We got to see Keyleth's dad, which I have to say I am completely wrong. I have to completely say I was wrong. I thought Keyleth came from an evil family. And she was like lying about it, and that's what she was scared about going back home. But it's not. It's just her mom was like the badasses of all badasses, and she's supposed to be her heir to like the badassery. So she's just scared of living up to it. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. It's good. Like I said, it was good to see, good to get a good backstory of Keyleth because that was one of the stories that I was just like, I wanted to see it. I want to really see it. And like you said, the little part where she turned into like that fire golem, and I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
Is Keyleth gone? Like straight up, she's gone? No.
Yeah, no, she absolutely, again, in the previous one it was Vax, and this one she got to take a level in badass. And man, this is another one of those, another set encounter and meant to kind of level them up because like the ultimate bad guys are too badass for Vox Machina without some serious power-ups. So just kind of seeing her take her level in badass and become like, and also the fact that this rift into the fire plane is directly related to the backstory of the Chroma Conclave. I love that. I love that this wasn't just some random shit going on. It actually has to do with, the ancient dragon, and also to do with, we find out why the dragon was attacking Tal'Dorei. It was good. It's good.
And I knew those girls were badass too. I knew those girls were badass. I was there. Was like, I don't think so. I'm like, hey,
no, they're high. They're high level. They're high level characters, definitely.
Yeah.
What one of them's a paladin. Am I right about that? The short
she's
one's
a paladin.
and the
Yeah,
other one's was she a sorceress? Sorceress maybe?
I will say
Or
sorceress.
yeah, but either way, I thought it was cool to see them again. I thought the Vox Machina crew they were on it, you know. Especially it was so funny watching Grog just be like, "I can't feed you. They have no blood." It was just hilarious. I mean, Grog. I love Grog.
Oh yeah.
And it's important, like coming up on the next episode. But I think super strong episode. I really really like that one. Uh, the last one, Enter Rhyme Clef. So this now their final destination, if you will, to meet the other Sphinx that they were supposed to go see about some vestiges. And what an interesting episode. And that, like, again, this is another one of those. If at the table, this is another big set piece, but it's not all fighting or whatever. But I love that this was a set piece specifically for a certain team member to accomplish. You can tell,
Mhm.
only a certain team member is supposed to accomplish it. But saying that Sphinx, I can't remember his name, but uh, was ridiculous. I was like, man, that Sphinx was badass. Looked like a complete badass. And just them doing like the little challenges. All right, you get for you to get the vestige. Of course, Scanlan would be the man to do it. I knew as soon as he said, "If any of you can wound me," I was like, "Oh, Scanlan got your ass." Like, I don't know if you think that when you were watching, like he was going to be the one.
Yeah, I felt that it was gonna be Scanlan. And man, listen. Some people are telling me they're like, man, it's kind of crazy. I said, man, the man hasn't seen his wife in like
Thousands of years.
500 to or even thousands of years. I
Yeah.
mean, come on, man, that is ridiculous. I mean, man, you just and he actually showed like a life size image of her. Like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, oh.
And she sang to him and everything. Now I was like, Scanlan, you were good, dog. I mean, he put that shit in 4K for my man. Like,
That man was in mixed reality right there,
hell
man.
yeah. I mean, it was. And I was like, as soon as he said wound, I was like, if any of you idiots think you can touch this Sphinx with your stupid little weapons, y'all are dumb. Like every one of you that thinks you can do, you're stupid. You can't. I mean, he's a Sphinx. Like you're not gonna just be able to roll up on him like that. Y'all have not achieved the proper level yet. But Scanlan doing it, breaking his heart. I loved it. I thought that, and he was like, "Hey, we're homies." I was like, "Yes, well, you see, that's my man right there."
Oh yeah.
That was all cool, but then uh, I don't remember the name of the dragon, but the dragon rolling up, and then
That
it's
fuck ass dragon. That's
oh,
what it
and
is.
amazing encounter. Like that's
Oh yeah.
that's an epic encounter, in my eyes. That's an encounter where you're like, oh shit, we might actually die right now. They're like, but we have a Sphinx on our side. I'm like, we still might die, y'all. We still might. Like this is one. If we were about to, and then they said roll for initiative, I'd be like, I look at everybody across the table. I'm like, y'all know we might die, right? Like this might be total team kill. This might, complete team kill here.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, just such a cool fight. Especially at the climax with Grog losing his shit. Losing it in bloodlust, and then like I felt like that sword was gonna keep him in that fight, and he was giving it. Like I was surprised that he was actually able to, mess with that dragon like that. Until like the part where, he stabs the wrong person.
Oh yeah. I think that sword has just like impressive like damage reduction negation. Like it could probably cut almost if it's
Yeah.
flesh. Like I think it's like living. Like if it's a living being, it could cut through any living being's well, I mean
Well,
like anything that's organic, it could cut through
well, I
it.
think the thing was he wasn't able to cut the dragon unless he got into an already open wound,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
then
yeah. That is
as
true.
soon
That
as he
is true.
did
That's
that,
true.
but every time it drank the dragon's blood, it got it. He kept getting up and he was getting hurt, but I think it probably gives him some kind of healing
Healing factor.
fast healing or something like that. But just, I mean, it was very cool. That sword is cool and like scary. The whole fight was like ridiculous. Like watching the Sphinx go at it, and I was like, he'll get his licks in, but that dragon's gonna kill him. Like that's all I could think was like, yeah, the Sphinxes are badass, but like that dragon's gonna kill him.
And then I do want to say this. Thank you, DM, for giving Grog an extremely interesting backstory. Grog is pretty much a Saiyan. He's pretty much a Saiyan. He comes from a race, well, a tribe of people that conquer, and they talk shit to dragons. Man, his dad is this badass dude with a gauntlet. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, oh shit. I was like, oh hell yeah. So I'm like, Grog acts, because I'm pretty sure Grog he acts like that because he's scared to become his father. That is so interesting. Like, I was like, when I saw I was like, damn, those people kind of look like Grog.
Yeah.
And then I saw his dad said, yes, you make the tribe proud. I was like, oh, wait, Grog's dad is a badass motherfucker. Oh yes.
Yeah, it's obviously because he has one of the vestiges, it's going down very soon. I'm like all around these, and it ends like in a really bad place for the crew. They've gone, they crossed dimensions, and they're separated, and they got to go to different realms and stuff. It's all very interesting. That Pike is hurt, and so I'm just excited. I know I was kind of like, oh, the first few episodes they were fine, like they were cool and everything, but these last three, I'm all in. These damn episodes were awesome, and I can't wait. Like they are really setting up some big stuff happening in the next few. Like I think we have 6 more episodes to go for the season, and God, just big things. We literally got 2 hours basically left of this show. And I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know how do you resolve the Chroma Conclave in 6 episodes? I don't know how you do it.
Oh, that's clearly is not going to be the resolve of the Chroma Clonk. I think Grog's dad is the big bad at the end of the.
Well, I mean, they still have to. They got to beat this. I think he's gonna be a boss on the way to the boss, because that ancient red dragon, that's the one. He's the man. And everybody else is just working for him. So clearly, there's a lot to go. I'm geeked for this. This shit is good. I was just like, I was trying to be quiet while I was watching it, but I was like, I can't. It's like I'm watching the best fight in Naruto or Bleach.
Yeah, I was watching it with somebody that never watched Vox Machina, and she was locked in. Like she was like locked in. She doesn't know any of the characters, but she was locked in, and she was like, "What is this show?" I was like, "Vox Machina."
Yeah, they're doing the right thing. So anyway, this ran long, but I don't give a damn. This show's great. Anyway, what do you guys think about these episodes? What do you think about what we had to say? Get down to the comments section. Let us know your thoughts. And, of course, you can always hit us up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or @supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And while you're down there, hit the like button on this video and hit the subscribe and notification bell. That all helps with the channel so more people can see our videos and to grow the channel. All right, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, thanks for joining us. Come back next week. 3 more episodes for Vox Machina. I'm sure that's going to be a big thing. So, anyway, we'll see you then. Until then, I've been Mo De Pape, resident fabricant and comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Lottie. And we'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.
Peace.